Elijah and the prophets of Baal, when fire fell from heaven. There was a time when Israel had forgotten their God. The people followed a false god called Baal, led by a king named Ahab and his queen, Jezebel. The land was dry, no rain for years. The ground cracked, the rivers shrank, and the people were desperate. Then came a man named Elijah, a prophet who carried truth like fire in his voice. One day he stood before King Ahab and said, "Bring all the prophets of Baal to Mount Carmel. Today, we'll see who the real God is." The mountain filled with people. 450 prophets of Baal stood on one side, shouting and dressed in fine robes. On the other side stood Elijah, alone, quiet, calm.
We'll each build an altar, we'll each place a bull on it, but we won't light the fire. We'll pray, and whichever God answers by sending fire from heaven, he is the true God.
The people agreed. Everyone waited. Morning came. The prophets of Baal started shouting, dancing, crying out, "Baal, answer us!" Hours passed. Nothing. They shouted louder, cutting themselves in frenzy, desperate for any sign. But the sky stayed silent. No wind, no flame.
Maybe he's asleep, or too busy to hear.
The crowd began to whisper. Doubt started to spread. Then Elijah stepped forward. He rebuilt an old altar of the Lord with 12 stones, one for each tribe of Israel. He laid wood and the sacrifice upon it.
Pour water on it. They did. Do it again. They did. Once more. 3 times until the trench around the altar overflowed with water.
Then Elijah knelt down and prayed simply,
"Lord, let it be known today that you are God in Israel. Answer me so these people will know you are turning their hearts back."
And in that instant, the sky cracked open. A roar like thunder. A flash of fire fell straight from heaven, burning the wood, the stones, the sacrifice, even the water. Everything turned to ash in seconds. The crowd gasped, fell on their faces, crying out,
"The Lord, He is God! The Lord, He is God!"
On that mountain, it wasn't about who shouted the loudest or looked the strongest. It was about faith, quiet, confident, unshakable faith. Elijah stood alone, but he never felt alone. Because when you stand with truth, you never really stand by yourself. When faith speaks, heaven answers. Next story and description, inspired by 1 Kings 18:20-39.